So I'm going to be showing you a technique that I like to use on hooded eyes today to just make your eyes look more open and brighter, and it's going to be something that's not super hard, something fairly easy. You could always do less or do more, but this is going to be a pretty easy look, I think. So stay tuned if you want to learn how to do an easy eyeshadow look for hooded eyes. I'm going to use mainly this palette, which is the ABH Modern Renaissance palette. These are the different tones that we have in there. I figured this would be something kind of that everybody has. You could use any colors that you want, honestly, to recreate this look. I just decided to use more earth tones and more warm tones because it's, you know, I want it to be as beginner friendly as possible, but you can definitely use other tones. I am going to be dipping into my Shade and Light palette just for these like matte white and off-white tones for the front right here. But yeah, like I said, you can use any colors that you want for this. I'm just going to be using these colors. So the first thing that you want to do is prime your eyes. So I'm going to be going in with the p.louise primer, and you don't have to use this. Honestly, you can use concealer too, or any primer that you have and prefer to use. So typically for like my bolder looks, I don't set my eye after putting primer on it, but since this is a more natural look and I don't need the colors to pop as much, and I'm not working with any like super bright tones or anything like that, and I want everything to just be really blended and transition very well, I'm gonna go ahead and dip into the Shade and Light palette. This is by Kat Von D. This is an all matte shadow, which would also be great for this type of look, but like I said, you can do any colors that you want. I'm just choosing to do an all matte look because I think honestly it's the most flattering on hooded eyes, especially if you're a beginner. It's the easiest to work with. You can start getting more into shimmers and stuff once you're more comfortable with your eye shape, but I would say to start off, try working with all matte shadow. So I'm going to go ahead and go in with the Shade and Light palette, and I'm going to go in with these two shades here. So I'm just going to go ahead and mix those two colors. So I'm just going to take a brush like this by Wet n Wild. So it's just a big fluffy kind of flat brush, and I'm just going to, I'm not going to do anything too crazy, just kind of dip into those two colors and just lightly set this. I'm going to go into my ABH Modern Renaissance palette, and the colors that I'm going to be dipping into first are going to be burnt orange and golden ochre, and I'm just kind of going to go back and forth with those two, and I'm going to blow that out all over my eye. So I'm going to take a big fluffy brush. This one is the Morphe M576, and like I said, I'm just going to go in with burnt orange and golden ochre. I'm going to focus more on the burnt orange shade though. I'm just going to blow this out. So now I'm just going to kind of build up that burnt orange a little bit more with the same brush. And then I'm just going to kind of wipe it off on a little towel, and I'm going to go in with the golden ochre and just kind of go further out with that just to further blend. The next shade that I'm going to go in with is going to be this color right here, Relgar, I think that's how you say it. So it's kind of like a burnt orange color. And then I'm going to go in with this Morphe brush. I don't have the number to this one because it came in a set, but it's just like a more dense blending brush. And so I'm just going to take that burnt orange color, and I am going to pat it on, starting off on the outer corner of my eye, and I'm going to bring this a little bit further in, and then I'm going the trick with hooded eyes, if you open your eyes, you're not going to see that color. So you want to put it above your crease. That way you're able to see those colors. So I'm going above my crease. That way when I open my eyes and look straight forward, you're able to see that color. Okay, so now that I've got this on there, I'm going to go back in with the brush that I used before, and I'm going to blend out any harsh lines. And then once that's blended out, I'm going to go in and build it up a little bit more with that same burnt orange color. And blend it out. And you are going to bring it just slightly when you blend, but it's fine. Because you want to kind of create like a faux crease for yourself up higher right here. That way it opens up your eye. So we're kind of doing like a faux cut crease. Okay, next I'm going to go in with my next shade. So I am going to go in with the shade Red Ochre right here. And the brush that I'm going to be using is this brush that I got on Amazon. It is by the brand called Lamora, and this is the all over shader brush number 111. So I'm going to dip into that Red Ochre shade, and then I'm going to build this up on the outer corner and bring it up as well. I'm just not going to bring it as far in as I did with that burnt orange shade. Blending brush that I use to overall blend that out. I'm trying to use very minimal brushes too, so I'm trying to make this as beginner friendly as possible. And I'm sorry, I'm trying to do my best too at explaining things, but I'm kind of crazy at explaining things sometimes, so bear with me. I'm gonna go back in with more of that Red Ochre shade and build it up a tiny bit more. And just kind of repeat that process of putting the color down and then kind of blending it out to your liking. And like I said, you can build it up to be as intense as you want it to be. You don't have to make it as intense as I'm making it. You can make it even more intense. The darkest color that I'm going to be going in is with the dark brown, but you could always put a black in there to make it even more smoky and more intense. So my next color that I'm going to be going in with is my darkest shade, and it's going to be Cypress Umber. So it's just a dark brown shade. And the brush that I'm going to be using to pack that color on is going to be this little brush right here. This is by m.a.c. I got it in a holiday set, and this is the number 213 SE. So it's just a flat brush. So I'm going to take that dark brown shade, tap off any excess, and then I'm going to go right along the lash line, just on the outer part of the lash line though. Grab a little bit more, tap that excess off, and then right here on the outer portion of it. I'm going to bring that above the crease as well. I'm just going to build this up like that. And then I'm going to go in with, this is also a brush from Amazon by the brand Lamora, and this is a tapered blending brush, the number 110. So it's just a smaller blending brush, and with no additional product on that, I'm just going to go in and blend this out. And then I'm just going to build that color up a little bit more, go back in with that flat m.a.c brush and that dark brown shade. Just build this up here. And then go back in with my little blending brush and just build it up to the intensity that you want. And then now you want to focus all of your darker shades on the outside of your eye, because when you bring any darkness in, it's going to make your eyes look smaller, and we want our eyes to be bigger. We're trying to open up our eyes. So now that I've built that up, I'm going to go back in with that big blending brush and just feather out and blend out all of those edges. And I'm going to dip into the first shade that we use, one of those first shades, the golden ochre shade. I'm going to go in with a little bit of that and just kind of use that to help me blend this out. And then on that same blending brush that we used to blend out that darker shade, I'm going to kind of use that to bring in just a tiny bit of that darker shade around here in the inner portion of my eye. I'm not pushing hard at all, I'm pushing very lightly, just because I want it to be a nice gradient. Because we do still want a little bit of contrast here, but we just don't want to pack our eye with dark eyeshadow. But we do want a little bit of contrast to help us open up the eye. Okay, so now I'm just gonna go in a little bit more and blend this out, just a tiny bit more. Okay, so now that I've got this to a place that I like the intensity, I'm going to go ahead and dip back into that shade and light palette. There is a light shade, but it has kind of a satin finish to it, and I want more of a matte look. So I'm gonna go back into that shade and light palette, and I'm going to just take this shadow right here, and I'm gonna first go in with this flat brush here. This is also from Amazon. I'll go ahead and insert the name of it here because I can't say it, but it's just a flat brush. So I'm gonna go in with that off-white shade, and like I said, we're doing like a faux cut crease. So you're just gonna go in and place this shadow, and you're just going to bring it up over where your actual crease is at. Because if I were just to put it on my mobile lid, which is this, then when I open my eye, you wouldn't be able to see any of that white color. So you're gonna bring it over where your crease is actually at. And you can bring it as far out as you want. I kind of just want to keep it focused right here. And so you're just going to pack that shade on. And then you're going to go in and blend it out. So I'm just going to go in with this brush here. Since this is one with like our burnt orange shade, I'm not going in with any additional product. I'm just going in with the brush to blend it out. And then you're just going to build that color up to whatever brightness you want it to be. And I'm going with this fluffy blending brush. I think this actually does a better job of kind of just blending everything together. And just keep building up that shade to where you want it to be. And then I'm just going to take a brush that we use for the outer corner, wipe it off, and just kind of blend this out so it's not as harsh, and just keep building it up. And I feel pretty good about that. So let me just kind of wipe off any excess underneath my eye. I'm going to go ahead and do my base off camera, and then I'll come back and finish the rest of my face and the rest of the eyes. So I finished my base off. I did my foundation and my concealer. Now I'm going to go ahead and finish the rest of my face, just bronze and highlight and blush, and then we'll finish off the eyes and lips. So I'm going to be going in with the NARS Laguna bronzer. This is a really nice shade. It's not too dark, not too orange for my skin tone. You're able to build these up, and I'm going to be going in with this crown brush. It's just like a tapered blending brush, and just build that up. Okay, so now I'm just going to go in with my Airspun powder, and actually first I'm going to contour my nose a little bit. I'm going to use the same bronzer to contour my nose. And this brush is by Lamora, and it's an angled shader brush. Just lightly. Airspun powder on my beauty blender, and just, you don't have to do this. Okay, so now we're gonna finish off the eyes. So what I am going to do is I'm gonna go back into my Modern Renaissance palette. I'm going to take this brush, just like a very tiny flat brush. It doesn't have a name on it. I'm pretty sure it's by Beige Cosmetics, but it's just a little small shader brush. And I'm going to go in with the shade Cypress Umber, which is that dark brown color. I'm going to take that, and I'm just going to work it on the outer portion of my lower lash line. I'm not going to bring it all the way in. I'm going to bring it into like the middle of the eye. Same thing on this side. So just kind of like a little bit past the halfway point of my eye. And just kind of pack that color in. Next, I'm going to go ahead and go in with, I'm going to use this little small brush. This is by Crown. It's the C528. It's a little small detail brush. And I'm going to go in with the shade, so I'm actually going to go in with Red Ochre. This one. And just kind of blend out the shade. And I'm not bringing this in to the inner corner. I'm only putting it where I put that dark brown shade. I'm going to go in with this brush. This is by Real Techniques. It doesn't have the name on it anymore, but it's just a blending brush. And I'm going to go in with this burnt orange shade. No, yeah, with burnt orange, and then this darker orangey shade over here. I'm going to mix the two and just blend that out. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wipe off that same brush, and I'm just going to go in with burnt orange and golden ochre. And I'm going to focus that right here a little bit closer to the inner corner, but not all the way in. Okay, and then I am going to use a little bit of a shimmer shade just to open the eyes up even more. I'm just going to clean off that Crown C528 brush. Okay. And then I'm going to go back into the Modern Renaissance palette, and I'm going to use this gold shimmer shade right here. And I'm going to mix it with that lighter shade, so I'm going to use Primavera and Tempera. Mix those two and put it on the inner corner. lash line, that inner corner, just to brighten it up more. And then up here as well. I'm going to do the same thing to the other eye. You can always go back in and deepen your shadows or add more brightness if you would like to at this point. I'm happy with it. Like I said, you could always go in with the black eyeshadow and make it even deeper and smokier, but I'm trying to keep it as simple as possible. So now I'm going to go ahead and wipe off this powder. I'm going to be dipping into my Morphe 8W blush palette. So this one. I'm going to go ahead and dip into the shade Unapologetic. And if you feel like you put too much blush, you could always go in with your powder brush and just kind of blend that out. And I'm going to go in with, this one is called Babe. So yeah, it's just like a light gold highlight. And I'm going to go in with the Real Techniques setting brush, but I like to use this for highlights and just lightly. I'm not going for like a crazy highlight today. I'm going to go ahead and do some setting spray. Okay, so for lashes, you could do lashes if you want. You don't have to. You could just put mascara on and call it a day, but I love lashes. So today, and I would say if you have hooded eyes and you're going to be doing lashes, I like to do something kind of wispy and kind of like a cat eye, something that is not as long in the front, it's longer on the outside. That way it kind of elongates your eye and opens it up even more. So I'm going to go ahead and go in with the Flutter lashes in the style Irresistible. I'm going to put them out of here so you can see. So this is what they look like. They're smaller towards the front and then they kind of wing out at the end because it's just going to help open your eye even more. So I'm going to go ahead and apply these and then I'll be back so we can finish our lips and we're done. Okay, so now I have my lashes on and see how they're just nice and wispy and they kind of flare out at the edge. So you're not covering up all of your eyeshadow with the super thick fluffy lash. These are just nice and wispy and you can see all the hard work that you just did, and I feel like this kind of lash is really good on hooded eyes. It's nice and flattering. So now I'm going to go ahead and work on my lips. So with this color palette that you did on your eyes, you can pretty much use any color that you want on your lips. I'm going to go ahead and go for like a more browny nude color. So I'm going to go in with my lip liner first. This is the color Hot Cocoa by Jordana. Okay, so I went in and the shade is pretty dark and the colors that I'm going to be going in are very light nudes. So typically when I have a darker lip liner like that, I like to go in with a flat eyeshadow brush and just kind of blend it out. So today I'm going to be going in, these are both Dose of Colors, they're from the first Desi and Katie collection. So I'm going to be going in with More Creamer Please and No Shade. I'm going to go in with More Creamer Please first. So if you want more of a matte look, you could leave it like that, or you can go in with a gloss. I think I'm actually going to leave it matte. I'm just going to go and kind of clean up around my lip. And this just has a little bit of leftover concealer. I thought I was going to do a gloss, but I actually like the way that this looks, so I'm just going to leave it at that. This is the finished look. I hope that I did a decent job explaining what I was doing and why I was doing it. I hope that you guys found this helpful and learned something new. And I'm just putting out there what I know and what I have experienced throughout my years of doing makeup. So there is other techniques and other ways of doing this, but this is just typically what I think would be easiest for beginners. But yeah, please let me know any other kind of videos that you would like to see down below in the comments. Also, please let me know if you found this helpful and if you learned something new. And yeah, thank you so much for watching my video, and